Okay, everyone, welcome back. To the extent that there is anyone quite yet, I'm sure there'll be more people joining. I know of at least one person who's going to join, so hello, you know who you are. We are back in the Banner Saga 3. We are back in the game, as Airborne puts it. One of my new favorite bands. They're the new sort of AC/DC in Australia. Australian for head rock. Sorry, my Australian accent leaves something to be desired. It's only done out of love. Let's resume where we were at, and there was a little bit of a flaw in my playing the last time for one of these battles, one of these wave battles, because I didn't realize that there's actually a counter that reflects when more enemies are going to show up. So what you have to do is win the battle very quickly. If you don't do that, then effectively the same army that you initially fought is simply going to be reproduced, and you're going to have to fight it again. And that's very difficult if it's an army that includes some of these giant mutated dredge with tentacles that come out of their face that can drain various attributes and cause you to have nasty status effects and so forth. What I did last time, just because of time constraints, was I exited in the middle of a battle. And apparently what that does if you do that is when you restore the game, I think you resume the game, immediately prior to the battle. I believe I remember this part here. Look at that beautiful lighting. Look at this beautiful scenery, as twisted and malformed as it is by the growing darkness. And as always, everyone tell me if there's any kind of audio issues, because I never like to give you those. I want my voice to come through as mellifluously and radio announcer-like as possible. So, by the way, thank you to Smashbot for recommending this mic. It's been working like a charm. In any event, back to the music, as they used to say when we had this thing called radio that broadcast over the airwaves, where there would be music occasionally, but usually commercials. So I don't particularly mourn the death of radio that much. I mean, it's not dead, but it's the over-the-air radio obviously is listened to far less frequently than it was 20 years ago. In any event, brambles rise ahead of you like gnarled hands reaching toward the sky, their fingers peppered with thorns. This was once a healthy forest, now just another obstacle. Bulwark knew we'd have little choice but to pass through here, Ivan says. Going around would cost days. You consider your inevitable approach.
Volker, what's your gut say this time?
Her tired headshake is telling. They'll use the trees, so we can't tell numbers or direction. They're not worried about losses. Once they start coming, I don't expect them to stop. Standing our ground is a sure way to be overrun. But we should go now, before they've really dug in. She pauses a moment before adding, This is going to suck. You consider your inevitable approach. Very well. There's no time to rest then. We'll sleep when our bones become the hills, as the Warl say. Shields, Volker calls, in a tone you're starting to become familiar with. The ravens do their best, but progress is slow. Each fallen creature is replaced by two more. Eventually you find yourself stopped and surrounded. Cut the swath, Volker huffs. Before we can push any further, watch the flanks. And a cutting we will go. A hunting we will go. Hunting the dredge is going on, or hunting the mutants in this case, some of which include dredge and some of which include humans, commanded by Bulwark, the former leader of the Ravens, who now marches for revenge against his old comrades. Okay, who has points of it? All right, so we have 84 renown. That's pretty decent, and I have been very pleased with Valgard so far. So I'm going to promote Valgard for 21. And he doesn't have any additional points to gain, but he would like a point of hunker down. Yes, he would. That's the ability to resist armor damage. Important for a character whose main role is to provide armor. And then I would also like him to be robust, which means he is resistant to taking strength damage. So now he's level 10. That's excellent. Does he have a magic item? Yes, he does. Kiwi is also eligible for promotion. That would render him legendary, as per the Devastating's game. Of the same name in case Devastating's is here. Not as legendary as the game Legendary, that's true. Let's see here. So who do we want to promote? Ollie or Alfred, but Alfred's not eligible for a promotion, so I think it's going to be Ollie, who also has proven himself to be invaluable in battle. and all of his stats are virtually maxed out. I'm not that concerned about his... I'm not as concerned at the moment with his exertion. I would like him to get another point of hunger down, because primarily what I want him to do is throw axes and do a lot of critical hits. Speaking of that, I will increase his ability to do critical hits. Now it's a 3 of 3, plus 20% bonus crit chance. And he does that with a throwing weapon. Right? He doesn't even need to be in their face to inflict really vicious critical hits. So Ali, he could also theoretically be promoted to level 11 and start getting legendary abilities. Again, not as legendary as the legendary card game, but legendary nonetheless. Everyone, okay, Alfred is not eligible for promotion. She has also proven herself quite invaluable. But in any event, then let us attack, as the Protoss Corsairs would say in, I guess, StarCraft Brood War. That the origins of that phrase have been lost in the mists of time, but my friends and I say it quite frequently. All right. Now, I need to look carefully to see if there is any kind of indication of whether this is going to be a wave battle where we're going to fight multiple waves of enemies, and where there's a possibility that reinforcements will arrive for the enemy if I don't finish them quickly enough. Because that's going to make a very significant difference. Okay, this is a tougher group of enemies than what I previously faced when I quit out due to time constraints. It was not a rage quit. I was not quitting to preserve my life. I was doing very well, I'll have you know. But still, I like our chances. Now, I don't see any kind of indication of, whether this is a wave battle, whether we're going to see more of them. But we're going to try to finish them quickly so as to not take that chance. Oh yeah, this Dredge Slinger, the Castaway, has also proven to be excellent. Obviously, we're going to put these heavy hitters first in terms of facing the large groups of enemies. Well, yeah, actually, we're going to put Kiwi there. We're actually going to put Valgard first, because Valgard has this shield ability that's going to be critical to preserving his life in this situation. And there's going to be, then Ali is going to be placed there. So is to benefit from the shield wall. Then on the other side, let's see, well actually Ali has the shield wall ability himself. So we actually want him there because we want 2 people capable of shield wall. We want him over there. We don't want Alfred too far ahead because Alfred does not specialize in taking hits. She very much does not want to take hits. So she is going to stay where she is, although she's probably going to be targeted by this obnoxious thing here. These things are the real problem in this battle. These are the Dredge Scourge, who in life were very dangerous, but in death are even more dangerous because of their ability to mind devour, as you can see here, draining strength and will. And I believe that their basic attack also inflicts a nasty status effect that causes you to lose hit points or strength over time. So yeah, they're bad news all around. We want to eliminate them as quickly as possible. The rest of the enemies are fairly inconsequential. And the enemy does not have any missile troops. Well, let's see, that's a slinger actually, isn't it? Yeah, that's okay. Okay, my mistake. There are actually 2 slingers, but the majority of them are focused on melee. Alright, let's do this. 30. The number of player turns remaining before a new group of opponents appears. Okay, so that now this wave mechanic is clearer to me than it previously was. Which was to say, not at all. Okay, Valgar is going to stride boldly forward. And he's going to try to do some armor breakage. To this obnoxious creature here. Oh, those things are so frightening. How's he going to attack him? Oh my gosh. Okay, well that's why we have Alfred there, to do some healing. But Kiwi's going to come out to benefit from the shield wall. We can do some strength damage there. I think we really should. We're going to do 5 strength damage to him, so he's not going to hit us quite as hard on the following turn, but he's still going to hit pretty hard. Ow. Did that put him down? No. Okay, so yeah, we need to finish these guys quick like proverbial bunnies, or else an identical group is going to show up. Like, that's what they mean when they say reinforcements. They mean exactly the same creatures that we're currently fighting. Another set of them are going to show up, which is disastrous. Okay, you know what? I think that we're going to need some assistance over here. And fast. Alright, I'm going to spend a willpower to move one further square, and then I'm going to finish this formerly human twisted thing over here. Alright, not the worst that could have happened. I think we should have this situation well in hand. In fact, I might even have to just use Ivor to take these two out. Yeah, okay, the slinger has a very long range. And I'm not that worried about Ivor taking sling hits. Let's see here. Alright, I'm going to weaken the slinger here significantly. And then Ivor should be able to deal with the rest. Ooh, savagery. That's one of the reasons why Apostate is an excellent character. Or I'm sorry, not Apostate, but what is his name? His name is Castaway, right? But he's similar in that he has left the dredge fold to work with the humans. Okay, so she can attack on a diagonal. That's kind of interesting. If I moved there, I could... Alright, well, the priority... The priority is going to be healing him. Healing Valgard, although I have difficulty imagining that Valgard is going to survive. We're going to do our best to try to help him do so. Okay, he gained 2 strength. I think that's not going to cut it. Valgard, there isn't much in terms of where he can go. He's not going to rest. No, he's going to stone wall. And he's going to use all the willpower possible to block 7 damage. That ought to preserve his life. He pushes Ivor away for some reason, which really doesn't achieve much. Okay. We might as well start using this Valka spear to soften up these enemies. It continues diagonally, and it can hit basically anybody on the... Well, no, not anyone in the battlefield, but it has a significant range. I think that will hit our friends. It's actually sometimes difficult to tell. If I'm honest. Alright, I'm going to do some armor breakage for this enemy. Okay, he's going to use his obnoxious draining ability, which is really what frightens me about him. Okay, we took that slinger out. Yeah, so we need to get Ivor over there, or we're going to potentially run out of time to kill all of these enemies. We have to do it fairly quickly. So we want to use as much willpower as possible to break this guy's armor, and then I'm going to do a high strength hit to him the following turn. He's going to drain me. Ouch. Okay, he can actually hit basically any enemies here, but he might as well move here and create a shield wall for the dredge. Also gains +1 armor for being next to the dredge because of the dredge's I think it's sculpting ability. Alright, I think he wants to continue whittling away at the armor of this enemy. Now the next hit that we do to him is going to be very powerful. Yeah, it's tempting for me to use the slinger to attack because he has a very high strength at the moment. Yeah, in fact, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get him down to 9 strength, which means he's no longer going to be as much of a threat by a wide margin. Right, like a dredge slinger, he has to move away. Alfrin thankfully continues gaining willpower every turn, and it only costs her 1 to heal. Heals him for 3, that's great. She can just keep healing just perpetually, but that's what makes her such an excellent character. He doesn't take any damage because of his stone wall. +2 armor on rest, but he's not suffering from a lack of armor. He just got whacked by a very strong, what at that time was a very strong enemy. Alright. This creature has 11 armor. He's going to do some armor break. Okay, yeah, that guy should be no threat to Ivor. We have 17 player turns until enemy reinforcements arrive. So we really want to make this count here. Hopefully the slinger can take this guy out in the following turn. Okay, Ivor can kill this opponent. Excellent. Yow. Okay, Ali, apparently he's still not going to do much strength damage to the majority of these enemies. He will do significant strength damage to this one. Or we can bloody flail, it's nice. Alright, well, Ali still is basically okay. If I move up here, I can take that enemy out. I would do 5 to him. I'm gonna, basically keep the slinger out of harm's way. That's gonna finish that former Scourge. Goodbye, stupid. Yow. That was a palpable hit there. But, I'm still not that worried. Okay, so she can actually finish this character here, but I think that it would be wisest to prevent... Let's see... He will bloody flail with maximum power. Let's see, can we do this? Okay, the dredge can kill this X-dredge here. Now it's truly an X-dredge. Now it's an X-void zombie, whatever these things are. Alright, Ivor's gonna make a beeline to get into that fight. Because we have to finish this battle. We have 10 turns. Otherwise, we're somewhat doomed. Okay, Ali can kill this opponent by spending 2 willpower, and he will do so. Sit down. Oh yes, Hunger Down saves the day. I'm not in range to zap him. I think I'm going to be in range to zap him with the lightning wand now. Yes, I am. some armor breakage there. We're going to spare no expense. Because we need to finish this battle. We've got 7 turns. I still like our chances. Well, because it's possible that we're going to be fighting another wave. I should use Strength of Will. Because I accidentally rested the previous turn. Rather than using Strength of Will. Okay. Alright, he needs to get over there. Yeah, he lost a little bit of willpower, but it was worth it to finish this enemy, which he will now do. He's going to spend 2 willpower to get there. And 2 more to finish this enemy off. Bam. Alright, we did it. Now there's going to be another phase of this wave coming on. Okay, how are people doing? Okay, who do we want to substitute out? I think we want to keep Kivi in there because Kivi is good at restoring his armor. I think we might actually keep Valgard even though he's taking a little bit of damage. Alfred is fine. Slinger, well, let's see. Maybe I should sub somebody in because, okay. Ivor, he only took 1. Yeah, Ivor took minimal damage. I'm just making a decision about who, if anyone, to substitute in here. Okay. We have Folka as a possibility. Sigbjorn, but Sigbjorn's armor is very poor. Krummer's armor is not particularly good either. Yeah, I think Folk is going to come in to replace Ali. Dredge's armor, even though he's taking a little bit of armor damage, is still higher than that of basically anybody else. So he is going to remain in the fight. He's got a 17 strength. The only problem is that his willpower can't be restored. Castaway is in good shape. Do I want to keep Valgard in there, despite the beating that he took? Yeah, I don't know about Ditch. He's never been particularly useful to me. This Scald is not useful to me either. This Spearman is sort of a mediocre version of Folka. So I think that this is going to be my lineup. The enemy's going to be coming from 2 directions, as previously. We're going to set up a shield wall over there. The right side was where the enemy was actually at its most sparse previously. But I suppose my troops are relatively mobile, so I'm not that worried about being able to cover the necessary ground if one side needs reinforcement. So I'm going to put Folta up there. Well, let's see. If I have the Slinger over here, yeah, that means Alfred's going to be there on the front line. That's not really what we want. Okay, so let's put Alfred there. And then we're going to have Folk up here. We're not going to get a shield wall, but we are going to be next to quite the stout Varl. And this Slinger is just a whirlwind of doom, as you can see. Yeah, the Slinger, he lost a little bit of strength in the previous round, but can't be helped. All right, what do you got? Oh, more of these big uns. Oh dear. Ow. Okay, well, it's a good thing Alfred's there. Alright, we've got one of these mutated scourges, unfortunately. Okay, what's this here? That's a scourge. We have one of these shield bangers who is actually not that much of a threat. But we can hit them with some lightning here, we might as well. Oh, no, I guess not from where I'm standing. Okay, well, I think in that case it would be best for Valgar to stay on this side. Valgard will move up one, and he will use his shield, his stone wall ability to keep himself alive. The spear comes down. Does a little bit of damage. Okay, and we also have to finish them within a specified period of time. That's great. Maybe I shouldn't have fought this wave. Okay. Smash. No damage, I like that. Yeah, we might as well move Ivor up there because we don't have anyone to set up a shield wall with. Ivor's going to try to do some strength damage over here to prevent me from taking such a huge whack. He's going to go after Folka. No, he's not. Hunker down. Excellent roll. Roll in thunder, baby. Alright. Folka is going to use her... let's see. Yeah, I'm kind of worried about this Scourge. I really would like to kill him. So Folka will move up there. And she will armor break this enemy. Kicking the willpower. Tighten straps, he gets an armor back. I like to see that. That's what I like to see. Alright, well, his strength is a little bit depleted, so the most important role that he's going to play is whittling away at the armor of the enemy. Now his armor is very low. Okay, he's going to come forward and hit the dredge. Ow, that was a lot of damage. Okay. She needs to be adjacent to heal. And she'll get the shield wall, that's nice. Strength of will for one. Nice. He wants to attack Alphen. What was that? Armor damage, okay. That could have been worse. I think that if we hit this guy with the lightning wand, no one else will take damage yet, okay. Alright. I'm gonna hit him again. And I'm gonna hit him again. Anything to deplete its ability to do large strength hits on me. Oh, he's out of willpower. It's a shame. Alright, so we want to deplete these guys' armor so that, ow, that's bad. Okay, he has unearthly endurance. Well, okay, one possibility is to use a special ability. That's gonna hit our friends. Also, the shield smash will hit our friends. So, Kivi no longer has... Yeah, he has one willpower. I'm going to do some armor break there, so we can smash him with the following turn. Oh, that was nasty. Ooh, that's not what I want Alfred to get hit with. Okay, but good news on this front. Ivor can kill this enemy. Or no, or he can come very close. Savage. Yeah, we want to finish him off. We don't need willpower to score that kill. Nice. Ow. Folga has some ability that gives... Okay, strength damage deducted from armor first. Champion shield and adjacent damage take half damage from attacks. That sounds like something that I would like to benefit from. So I'm going to move there. Gains of willpower. Who has the higher armor? Okay, I'm going to attack you. Ivor is going to be able to either finish him or he's going to come very close. Okay, he's no longer able to harm me particularly. Dodge! Oh, that was clutch. That was clutch, baby. I think she has no choice but to remain where she is. But she can heal Valgar, which is going to help a lot. He's up to 9. He decides, interestingly, to attack the dredge. Okay. This enemy has high armor here, so we're going to do what we can to reduce it. Oh, unfortunate. I think that the most important target here for our dredge friend is going to be you. We still need to do some armor breakage to start doing some really significant damage here. Dodge. Nice. I'm going to score the kill on the following turn, so I'm going to hit him as hard as I can. Folga with another kill. Nicely done. Alfred gets hit, but she's not out. I think our dredge friend could benefit from the strength the most, then he's going to just become basically a killing machine. Yep, up to 15 strength. I'd like to see. Valgard wants to come forward, hit this enemy. I think Alfred is going to take a hit if I use lightning here. What we need to kill these things is getting down to the wire. Bash. I'm not sure that we're going to get through this. Okay, alright. She can get there and get the kill. She can kill the Scourge. Excellent. think Alfred, yeah, okay, this is going to be the strategy. We're going to need the dredge to get a finish here. In order to avoid reinforcements showing up. The dredge is back up to 17 strength. Ow, jeez. Alright. We need to do some armor break here. So that whoever gets up to that enemy is going to be able to kill him on the following turn. Yep. Okay. Now Kivi can take him out. That's ineffective. Oh, Ivor's down to 1 strength. No wonder he's not accomplishing anything. Okay. Volka's got to finish this guy off. Volka has 3 willpower. She can finish this guy. Oh no, not quite. She can spend 2 willpower, yep, to get up there, and then using her staff is going to finish off this hapless former human. Yes. We need to get around there, make room for Kivi to get the finish. He's gonna walk through there. It doesn't matter because he has no willpower left. And that's it. That's all, folks. Alright, well, we won that one. But I think I don't particularly like our chances against the next wave. So I'm going to call it a day there. That means I sacrificed the opportunity to get some more renown, but I also I also avoided the possibility of getting a lot more injuries. 16 renown, my renown score is pretty high. There's no harm in discretion sometimes being the better part of valor. And these are the particularly dangerous battles when you've got those scourges there, right? If it were, I mean, sometimes it's basically randomized. Sometimes you've got these assortments of slingers and stuff like that. But that's not as much of a threat. But when you've got those scourges who can drain and they have the 17 strength, so if they end up going first, they can smack somebody really hard and basically, you know, take them out of the battle. It seemed like that was the kind of assortment, the enemy crew that I could expect for the following wave, and so I think that it was a good idea to make the best of the bad situation and get out of there. But in any event, fighting through a forest is irksome at the best of times, nearly intolerable in these conditions. You don't need to tell me. You break through miles of razor-edged boughs, gasping to catch your breath in the open air. On the hill ahead rises Ridgehorn. Finally, that's the site of an epic battle in the Banner Saga 1. You see him, says Folka. Bulwark stands motionless far up the hill, clearly watching the caravan. Now I know how it feels for all those poor bastards who saw us coming. Hard to know what he's thinking at this point, says Ollie. Expecting us to do what he do, or the opposite, or expecting that we expect him to expect that we expect him.
All right, that's enough.
Spar pipes up. Know what I do? Cook some food, sleep. I bet he won't see that coming. Ollie scoffs. You're just tired of walking, old man. Folka blinks. Spar might be right. We'll make it look suspicious enough to throw him off, and everyone rests before Ridgehorn.
No lookout,
you ask as they prepare the campfire. Folka shakes her head. That's what makes it look like a trick. But do whatever you like. I won't stop you. Well, I guess she's suggesting that I settle in with the rest of the ravens and sleep. You put your trust in Folka's hands and lay on the hard ground. Time passes slowly. Soft crunching catches your attention. You swear under your breath, grabbing for your axe, but your hand finds empty air. In a panic, you jump to your feet and scan the ground. No axe. The crunching gets louder, turns into thumping. Tree branches abandon cradled bundles of snow. Like a blood moon, Bellower suddenly storms out of the darkness in gleaming red armor. There is your missing axe jutting from a bleeding bundle in his arms. The ground shakes. I could feel the ground shake from his roar. Poor asleep, Ivor? Alfred asks. She crouches over the fire, her strange shape fluttering in the firelight.
Could you tell that I was because I was screaming?
The campsite is still, aside from the general crackle of the fire, but I hope Ivor wasn't screaming in his sleep. That he never lived that down. That's not something you'd expect a 10-foot-tall horned man or horned giant to do.
Just dreams.
Some people think dreams are omens. Those people are idiots, but they can certainly be a fine distraction from our troubles.
Not my sort of distraction.
I'm sorry if I dredged up old memories back at the Goldstone, if you will. No pun intended, so to speak. There's more to that story. Would you like me to tell you?
I think you should.
You've heard one half already, how the Walka came forth during the Second Great War, with fire and fury, to push the sculptors to extinction. She gestures theatrically, as if she were telling your fortune.
So I've heard.
Perception paint themselves the heroes. What the Walka really did was make their foes a promise. Abandon the war, and they'd share secret knowledge. The Walka taught them to write. They taught the stone singers to weave. And for the first time, the sculptors learned how to make more sculptors, to thrive. They kept their end of the bargain and remained hidden, at least until recently.
How do you know this?
They have their own history and carvings. I've read it on great black stones in their dark home, as their trusted guest. What I don't understand is why you trust these Walka. You stare into the fire, and it shows you old shapes. When you speak, it's almost as if to yourself.
When I killed Rays, when I returned to my kind with her head, Ingvar, they chanted. None had slain asunder before. They wanted to make me the king's kender. I couldn't. They haunted me, Bellower and Rays, and that damn child, every night like tonight. Maybe it sounds like nothing to have bad dreams, but it rubs you raw. It gets in your bones. So, I left the war. I found a small town of men where nobody knew who I was. Nobody called me Ingvar. Ivor never had dreams like that in Skor.
So that's why you agreed to come with Juno and Eyvind.
The truth is, Juno didn't ask me to join them. I asked her.
The flames continued to dance hypnotically.
On that bridge in Einartoft, I stood before Bellower. I could have moved, but I just held up my shield and waited for the end.
What's that? Ivor? The name snaps you out of your trance. You stand and stretch your legs. Your axe is where you left it, and the ravens are beginning to stir in their tents.
It's nothing.
But now we're preparing for battle. Oh, no, wait. No, apparently not. Let's see what happens. Okay. It doesn't seem that there are any negative consequences for resting, because we don't seem to have supplies. I would like to do whatever promotions are possible at this particular moment, at this particular juncture. Alfred cannot yet be promoted. Okay. Castaway is injured. That's something that we need to rectify. Castaway can be promoted. That's something that is very tempting to me. But I think that the most important promotion here is that of Kivi, the Dredge Stone Guard, who has the unlikely MVP of our... Oh, wow. For 10 as well. So it's not even particularly costly to put him up to level 11. And he gets a heroic title. Who would have known I'd be assigning that to a dredge? To what are effectively large blocks of stone, or bandages wrapped in large blocks of stone armor. Okay, 1 point of strength DOT on hit. Okay, so he can do sort of continual damage over time. He can do, alright. Yeah, the thing is that Kiwi's enemies don't really remain standing long enough for him to need to attack them multiple times. The monster killer gains will from killing. The Oathmaker is determined to the point of zealotry. Okay, and that gives him bonuses to will. Shield Cleaver, +1 break. Okay, so that's armor break. That sounds like a possibility. Breaking the armor of large opponents seems helpful to me. -1, oh no, because Kiwi's armor is such a wonderful asset for him. I want to maximize his armor. The Forsaken, I don't really care about that. I like to group my troops together. The Hopeful, he gives adjacent allies strength. Okay, that's kind of interesting. The Last Standing. The Unbent. Unbowed. Unbroken. That's basically what he is. That is quite an appropriate title for him. Will resist. Okay. If somebody tries to drain his willpower, he's better at resisting. That seems like a fairly unlikely circumstance. The Wolf, wow, there's so many of these. The Wolf seems to stalk the battlefield. Okay, he gets bonus to movement. I don't really care so much about that. The Whisper has no life left for mere steel. Okay, so that means that the enemies are not really attracted to him. The Unmoved. Okay, actually, I'll give him a point of strength. That sounds nice. Alright. Oh, I can give him Hunker Down or Tighten Straps. Okay, that's great. Yeah, I'll give him Tighten Straps. I'll give him 2 points of that, which means that his armor has a chance to regenerate every turn. That sounds excellent to me. We could put Ali up to level 11 for mere 10 points. I mean, that's a no-brainer. His heroic title, I would like him to be able to do further damage from afar. Willpower is not quite as important for him. If he could do more armor break damage, I think that would be great. He has more points available. He'll gain a point of willpower. He'll increase his Ardor Strike by 1. Confirm that. I think I can get another point of Shield Cleaver. Yes, I can. Oh, okay, that's something that I purchased separately for Renown. Okay, now I understand that. I'm making it up as I go, folks. Let's see. What about this? Oh, the opportunity to cause puncture. Okay, that's also great. Ali is a shield cleaver. That's good enough for me. Like C being for cookie. I don't really eat cookies. But you know, it's comparable to the Cookie Monster's enjoyment of cookies. That is leveling up. Sorry, I'll quit while I'm ahead. Okay. We can also level up to level... oh, we have some characters who haven't spent points yet because of recent promotions. Okay, well, he's going to get armor break. He is a slaughterer. He's like a slaughtering shillelagh in Dead Island. He looks like the kind of guy who would like an extra critical chance. So I'm going to give him 2 points of Artery Strike. And I'm going to give him another point of Hunker Down. He's now a level 8, he's a level 9 Slaughterer. Or level 8, I should say. Oh, okay. Somehow I thought he was going to be level 9. Castaway can be promoted for a mere 10. I'm going to do that. He needs a heroic title. Twice born. Yeah, he doesn't really need movement. He's extremely mobile already. Less aggro. Okay, so enemies less likely to attack him. Okay, I like that for this dredge because taking hits is not really his strong suit. Another point of hunker down. And another point of artery strike. And he also benefits from, he also gets artery strike bonuses from an item, so they stack. He is absolutely deadly. I wonder if there's any sort of negative consequence for resting here. I would like to get him back into the fight, if that's possible. So I'm gonna rest for a day. Our morale also improved. Okay, rest for another day, and that brings him back into the battle at full strength. The Bercy has something to say. Bercy tosses in his sleep until he finally huffs and gives up. He sees you're also awake and comes to sit nearby.
Trouble? I don't know how these damned ravens do it. I just can't pass out at a moment's notice. Are you not one of the ravens? I can see how you might get that impression. I joined ball work at Borsgard because the Walker asked me to, and when that went wrong, I got roped into this like everyone else.
Bercy wears a frown and leans on his axe handle.
Do you know when Eyvind asked for you personally? Let's not turn this into something bigger than it is. I do work for money. The Menders pay me well. I've got some history with them. That's it. Alfred had something interesting to say about that. She said you tried to kill her when she was training to be a Mender. Gods, did I? I've tried to kill so many Menders. That came out wrong. The Walka have a pretty rigorous final test for new candidates. It involves some stabbing and some shouting, to make sure the Menders can do what they need to do under stress and pain. So, they get some scary-looking wall, me, to play the kidnapping brigand and rough 'em up. They don't all make it back. Still feel bad for one poor kid. Can't remember his name. Some backwoods farm boy, not too bright. I thought for sure he had no chance. We almost made it. Almost. But anyway, Alfred was one of those kids. I've been doing this longer than I thought. Hope she doesn't hold a grudge.
Bercy wears a frown and leans on his axe handle.
So you work for yourself? Never could get into that our bones the hills stuff like the rest of you. Why should I care about the dredge or dying in battle? I'd rather have the means to do what I want, live comfortably, eat well. Turns out there's a lot of men out there thrilled to hire a Wal for some blood work, so I thought I'd do that for a little while. Now, it's a lifetime later, and I never got rich from it. Spent my whole life chasing work while others profited. One time I traveled with the prince and his tax collector. Actually, thought that was going to be my big payday. People just handed their money over, piled it right into a huge cart because we told them they had to. Practically robbery. Eventually, the cart fell over a cliff and exploded into a shower of gold coins, never to be seen again. I've never shed a tear over killing a man, but that, I cried like a lost baby bird. It happened pretty damn close to this very spot, now that I think about it. Can't leave this darkness, though. It's probably all twisted up and dark as dog turds now anyway. Maybe there's a moral there, but I'm not digging for it, amidst the dog turds.
Bercy wears a frown and leans on his axe handle.
What do you think about this job? If you mean the Walker, you'd be a fool to trust them. I've done some questionable stuff on their behalf, let me tell you. And if you mean saving the world, I couldn't care less. What has the world ever done for me? These days I'm putting one foot in front of the other. There's still the tiniest sparkle of hope that I might profit from this somehow. Pretty bleak way to live. Nothing left to lose. Nothing but sleep, anyway.
Percy wears a frown and leans on his axe handle. And I said quietly, you keep the rest of your thoughts to yourself. It'd be an awkward silence if you weren't both Warl. And you just wish everybody would shut up. The way that Warl do.
Looks like it's time to get going. You know,
You could tell he's debating whether to get something off his chest.
When I worked for the Walka, one of the jobs they paid me to do was find you. You'd gone into hiding, and they wanted to know where. Do I dare ask why? Truth is, I don't know why. I don't ask questions, but I never found you. I have a feeling if I had, things would have ended up differently between us.
Yeah, with my axe in your skull.
So I'm glad I never sniffed around any small towns like Scorer, for example.
Percy leaves with a pat on the shoulder, and you realize you'd never mentioned Scorer to him. I guess he actually gave up a payday because he didn't want to fight a fellow War, despite having chosen to live among the humans ignominiously, as Ivor did, in order to escape his tragic past.
All right, we're close. I can see the tower just over the ridge.
That means Bulwark's close too. Bulwark is waiting ahead, Juno says, and the caravan slows. He is patient with dangerous allies. I believe he intends to stop us from entering Ridgehorn. I will lead Bulwark away, Juno says. Ivan looks blankly into the distance, as though he already knew what was coming, but Juno continues. The rest of you will wait for my return within Ridgehorn.
How are you going to deal with Bulwark?
He cannot be controlled, but he can be misled. He doesn't know where we're headed, and he will believe he is pursuing us past Ridgehorn, says Juno. I shall return, one way or another. Folka steps forward. I don't trust you, and even if I did, you can't handle Bulwark on your own. We split the caravan. She volunteers herself, Ollie and Spar, who give each other dubious looks. Folka adds, I don't take orders, remember? Juno has proven that she's able to control Bulwark. She's able to do some devastating trickery. So I'm going to support Juno's plan. Unbelievable, you two, Folka pouts. Fine, Juno, but if you have any thoughts of screwing us over, just remember who you left Iwind with. Juno departs ahead of the caravan until her own light disappears over a hill. Whatever happens, Ombit, there's a scrum about to occur here at the fort, which is what Ridgehorn is. The rest of the caravan cautiously approaches Ridgehorn, Ivan carrying the light. Fresh footprints trail off into the snow, following Juno's diversion. The way appears clear. I'm 99% sure that appearance is deceiving.
I've been told this is where they found Juno the first time. Now they say it's the entrance to another world. How far had she already come just to fall here?
So we have pieces of the fortress randomly floating around.
Ridgehorn, this brings back some memories. None of them good.
I can't imagine that they would. The pieces of the fortress randomly floating in the air don't seem like a good omen. And everything else is completely busted up. It was pretty busted up the first time we got here, but this definitely takes the cake as far as busted upness is concerned. Ivan curses when he sees the rubble around Ridgehorn's tower. The tremors caused by the serpent have caused many structures to topple here. Ivan exclaims, "There should be a doorway leading to... Give me some time," he says, running off toward the base of the tower. You can see him waving his Welka staff, heaving enormous chunks of rock aside through sheer willpower. A little help, shouts Valgar, drawing your attention back to the fork's courtyard. Bulwark is nowhere in sight, but his warped allies didn't miss you slipping over the bridge. A battle begins. They attack! Yep, indeed they do. Well, it's a good thing I rested up Castaway, because he's going to see some action. And I like this party that we currently have. Castaway is so deadly, so is Ali. Kivi is going to be a whirlwind of doom. And basically, so is everybody else in the party. So whatever's coming, I like our chances. I hope that we don't have to... We're not surrounded again. Because that was just obnoxious. Surrounded with the mutated Scourge as well. That was particularly bad. But I'm guessing this is going to be one of those wave battles. Yep, we've got more mutated Scourge. I guess we don't learn until the start of the battle. Also here, there's also a mutated bear. Unrelenting Warped Warrior, okay. Yeah, the Warped Warriors are the ones who can drain. Shield Bangers can also drain. Okay, so yeah, these are very dangerous opponents. But we're more dangerous still. Okay, they're relatively spread out. So we do want to effectively move in two groups. We'll send Valgard up there with Ivor. Actually, well, let's see here. We want to have one missile unit per group. So the Dredge Slinger will be back there. She'll be here. We're going to set up the shield wall. It's important that we present a solid shield wall to the enemy. Look at the quads on that zombie, huh? He is not skipping leg day, as the hip millennials say. Which I'm not sure the hip millennials say it. It's just become a silly internet meme thing. Alright. Well, let's see. They can move pretty far if they want to. So it may be okay, so this is not a battle where the reinforcements are possible because we don't see this counter down here. I'm very encouraged by that because I really do not want this force to show up again. That would be potentially disastrous. Which enemy is this here? Okay, that is the Warped Bear. Okay. The Warped Bear can move there. Okay. We're actually going to let the enemy come forward a little bit because we can harry them with missile fire. He's going to use his stone wall ability for 1 to block 3 damage. In case the enemy actually is able to come forward and hit him. The bear is not very fast. Okay, yeah, this is going to be important to gauge the distance here. They're going to have to spend willpower to get up to us. Alright, so we're going to move forward, but we're not going to move forward that much. Okay, kindles a shield slam that affects everyone in the area around me. That is an attack that would affect my allies because you can see it spread out in all directions. That is drum fire. So I will end my turn here. Yep, because there are all these mutated dredge, they're having trouble moving around, which is precisely what I want. They don't have any missile units. That's the big disadvantage that they have. They do have this drain ability, though. I don't know how far that reaches, but that's going to be the equivalent of a missile attack. He's going to come and attack me, and well, I see he spent a little bit of willpower to do that. But thankfully, I have Alfred over here. Okay, Ali is going to come forward in order to present a shield wall. He will attack. He has very high armor break because of the special ability that I just got him. That's going to be critical to Kivi's ability to smack this guy around. He was not able to make it to us. That's excellent. Move the slinger forward. And And let's get some armor break off on this enemy. To soften him up a little bit before he can get to us. Is he gonna drain? Yeah, he is. Bastard. Okay, my job here is going to be to keep Kivi's strength up. He's back up to 18. The enemy can't make it to us, so he's probably going to drain. No, he's going to drain Ali. Okay. Ali takes 2. That's a nasty attack. It always does strength. It's pretty vicious. Grasping Warped Scourge. Is this another Grasping Warped Scourge? Oh, they all are. They are very high strength. You know, I think what we want to do, because is try to whittle down their armor. I think we want to keep our current position. I'm going to stone wall again for 1. To mitigate the effects of any kind of hits they're going to try to do on me. Okay. There accomplishes virtually nothing, but it does inflict this drain. It's a good thing we have Alfred there. Okay, he is going to lay quite a smackdown on this Scourge here. Savage. Okay, what? Reinforcements arriving? There's no damn timer. Dangerous Warped Archer. Yeah, let's see. They can either come forward. Who's going to move next? The Dangerous Warped Archer. Okay. He's going to fire at strength 8. It doesn't actually look that intimidating to me. He does nothing. Okay. That's alright by me. I'd like to do some armor break damage so that Kivi can really hit him hard. And hopefully get a kill out of this. He's going to have 5 armor. That puts him in a bad position. He's going to... Oh, no. Okay, he chose to use Drain. It's kind of interesting. He chose to Drain Ivor. Okay, I was expecting him to actually attack Alfred. So that actually is a little bit encouraging to me. Let's see. We want to do some armor break damage here. Oh, hold on a second. Let me look at my special abilities here. Sunstrike is strength damage and no exertion. Okay. If I used a Shatter Stone, I would hit them both. I think we want to hit them as hard as we can. That was nice. Did armor break damage. For some reason he used his round attack even though there was only one of me there. Okay, Juno enters the battle. Okay, that's interesting. What are Juno's powers again? Target gains 1 wheel and passes energy on. Confuse. Target enemy is confused. Okay, the first thing that we want to do with Juno is we want to move her up to the shield wall. And then do I have... Okay, what about confusion? I'd love to confuse this enemy here. He goes and attacks his friend. That's excellent. And then he also gets a turn. Oh, he's going to go hit Juno. Okay, he didn't kill Juno. Okay, who needs healing? I think the more important thing at the moment is, because she can hit this guy and prevent him from wreaking any mischief back here, I think she will hit him for 8. And since she always gains a willpower return, I might as well spend a willpower to hit him. Now he's down to 4. He's got virtually nothing. He's going to attack Ivor. Ouch. Okay. We need to do some armor break over here. That bear has a very high strength. Yes, that's correct, Smashbot. This is a very difficult battle. The enemy has been significantly powered up, even compared to what you had previously seen. But there's no chance that more of them are going to show up during the battle, at least. Okay. We struck that one down. More dredge keep showing up. But I think more of our allies also continue showing up. Okay, that guy wasn't able to do anything to me. I like that. Ivor needs some healing. That guy's armor is very high. Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to push this guy away. Using battering ram, and then hopefully give myself a little bit of a respite here. Oh, that hurt surprisingly a lot. Ollie needs to do some armor break here. That bear, the mutated bear, has very high armor. So I think I will hit him for 6. Okay, that dredge archer is coming down. I don't know what he's going to do. Whatever it is, I'm sure he's up to no good. Oh, I could throw a bomb that would hit these 2 enemies here. Nice job with that save. Okay, who has a really high strength? Both these guys do. I would like for him to go and do a strength attack on his friend. No, wait, don't rest. Gee, what the hell am I doing? She doesn't have willpower. Okay. Alright, well then... I'm at least going to get a lightning hit off. That was too far away. Okay, she no longer has willpower. I might have to use her as a target. Just offer her up as a target for the enemy. Because she doesn't have the ability to do a lot of damage right now. She can do an armor break to this guy. With virtually nothing. Instead, he's going to hit Ivor. No, he wants to drain Juno. That is rather surprising approach. And it did not kill her. She's down to 1 strength. Ideally, she wants to get the hell out of there. And heal Ivor. That's what she's going to do. That's good. That evens things up a little bit. He's gonna drain. Oh, that's gonna kill Alfred, isn't it? Yes. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, we need to deplete these guys' strength. It's just ridiculous. Can he bloody flail? Is that what he can do? Yeah, he will bloody flail on this enemy. He's gonna bloody flail for all the marbles. Total jellyfish attack. Yeah, basically. Now these dredge. Now dredge with their high strength have been mutated and turned into tentacles as well with additional magical powers. Good. Oh dear. Okay. Givy can kill this mutated dredge here with the expenditure of 2 willpower, and we'll do so. Bam. More dredge show. Okay, well, but I'm really not that worried about the majority of these yet. No, I haven't lost the battle. Let's see. These guys are both pretty low on armor. He's still got some willpower that he can use. He's going to do 5 strength damage to this guy. That's going to hit his friends as well. He comes forward like that. I think I would like to deplete the armor of this bear. He's got 4 armor break. He can do 6. That's going to make a significant difference when we actually get to hit him. To hit him for strength damage. Ow. Okay. We need to do something about the massive strength of these enemies. Okay. I think we have the opportunity here to throw another bomb. Plus 20 crit chance. I'd love to score a critical here. That would be excellent. Not a critical, but still a palpable hit. Okay. Let's do a little lightning damage here. Let's try to reduce that guy's strength to the extent that we can. Zap him again. She can attack him diagonal. All the enemy has pretty low armor, which is good. But she has no willpower left. Yeah, there's nothing we can do at the moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use myself. I'm just going to make myself a target. If they want to drain me, you know, they can. We want to reduce that guy's. Let's see. She's got a 90% chance to do strength there. I'm gonna. Let's see. No. I'm gonna hit this guy for armor damage. It's gonna be very easy to harm him. Out. He's still got some willpower. I think the most important thing to do is going to be to take the strength off of this guy to the extent that we can. Yeah. I'm going to hit him for all the marbles. He's down to a mere 14, which is still significant. Ouch. That would have killed me, though, if I hadn't done that. I'm guessing all the dark jellyfish, Varl, dredge, and humans. Yes, they are. They're a potpourri of evil. Okay, I'm gonna. All right, now I can kill this mutated bear. It's another form of dark jellyfish we're seeing here. This one we will not see anymore. Very happy about that. He's gonna do nothing to me, or virtually nothing. Ivor's still taking this draining damage. How long does this drain last? Yeah, so it's random every... Yeah, I may gain a strength. It's basically I've been afflicted with some sort of Warhammer-style chaos. But generally the results are bad. Like I may lose a will, or... Yeah. Or an armor or a strength, or I may gain a strength. His strength is low, and unfortunately Alfred is not there to help. But he still has willpower. So he can still hit fairly hard. You take that. Ow. Well, that's alright. Juno is probably the target I really like to hit. Ali's strength is low. But he's a good target there. I prefer that they beat on Ali at the moment. Warhammer Mace Tail. But yeah, I mean, they are basically like dredge mind flayers now, so they do have strange tentacle-related powers. Okay, so we need to take off some of the armor of this enemy here, so that Kibby can give him a good whack. 5. It's a nice hit. Okay, and the slinger is basically okay, I would like to take a lot of the strength off of this enemy as well. Easily hit him for 8. That ought to do it. Ooh, savagery. This dredge slinger is just a killer. Alright, that definitely evens up the odds significantly. I was really hoping for a critical. Now Juno, unfortunately, still has no willpower to speak of. I'm going to use the lightning. No, I guess that's not going to help at this juncture. Okay, well, Juno's still got armor. Juno's going to hit this enemy with 2 armor. She's still making some kind of contribution. Oh, no damage to the Saga. Alright. I'm going to provide a shield wall for Ivor. I'm very glad this is not a timed battle. So I figured out that whole mechanic I was saying earlier regarding the reinforcements. If there is a timer down in this area where it shows the turn order, then that's the number of turns or the number of player or unit moves before the reinforcements arrive. So you have to finish those battles really quickly. But this is not one of those battles, thankfully. Alright, Valgard can't really accomplish anything. Well, he can do 2 points of damage, so he will. Now whoever's next can finish him. Alright. They still basically can't do anything to me. And now Kibby can get another kill, because I've softened up the armor. Damn. Okay, Juno goes down, but that's not a big deal, as you'll see. Because Juno can resurrect herself. Yeah, I just wish we hadn't lost our healer. Okay, Ivor can finish this enemy. Getting rid of these Scourge. Yep. That's what basically finishes the battle as a practical matter. Okay, Ali is not doing particularly well. What can he do? Ali needs to do some arm break damage to these enemies. It's better that they attack him really than to attack Kibby, because Kibby is the one who's going to be able to hurt them the most. Alright, they chose to hit his armor. That's fine by me. What? Ooh, more savagery. He has a very high critical chance. I've improved his critical chance, and he also has a special item. Okay, so what she needs to do is pick up dark energy. And use her movement to pick up as much as possible. And she gained willpower, and that heals her. Now she can go back to her body on the following turn with her recovered hit points. Ollie went down, unfortunately. Valgard is not in such good shape himself. The Slinger and the Dredge are basically going to have to finish them off. What up? It's like a rumba or something like that. Okay. As usual, he takes no damage. Whoops. That's not what I want to do. And he can kill either one of them at will. Now I'm going to show you how you really deliver a beating. Ooh, sit down. No damage to Ivor, I like that. Except he's still taking damage because of the damn warp effect. Water. Okay, I'll hit him for 2. He actually was able to do a little bit of strength damage to the Dredge. But it will be a short-lived satisfaction, as he's now the only one on the battlefield, and he will not survive. Juno is back. She's not only back, but she can use her abilities. Let's see. Weaved energy. I just want to take a look at this. I believe what that does is it affects everyone adjacent to him. Yeah, he gains willpower, then everyone adjacent gains willpower. Okay, great. She's going to be excellent. Oh wait, she's going to be an excellent help to us in future battles, not necessarily in this one. Okay. He just needs to get out of the way at this point. Kivy should move and then give this guy a solid whack. Ivor's still taking damage. And actually you can be killed by that drain. What up? It's a dark rumba. Kivy with the finish. Excuse me, Castaway with the finish. All things considered, that went pretty well. That was a tough battle. Those were some nasty foes. Okay, and hopefully we'll get the opportunity to rest fairly soon. I think the way that the Dark Realm works is basically just that you get opportunities to rest, and you can rest as much as you want, but there are long periods of time between those rests. So you have to make sure that you keep your force relatively intact. And you need to balance the risk versus reward of fighting those wave battles for a really long period of time. If this is what Bolvar can bring to bear, you can only imagine how much worse it would have been if he had been here. The troubled chatter of the ravens turns to stone-cold silence as a figure glides toward Ridgehorn's camp. Crossing the bridge, it almost appears as if she is floating in her wind-blown dress, pale as a specter. She crosses the courtyard wordlessly, heading up the tower. In your head you hear her thin voice. "When you are ready, join me." "She must have given Bulwark the real runaround," says Spar. He keeps glancing at the bridge, as if expecting to summon the Berserker by name alone. "Think I better make sure Ivan's almost done. How about I whistle when it's time to go?" Alfred offers to ferry you anywhere you need to go. Okay, we're now in +5. We got the tower. Do we have the opportunity to rest here? No, we do not. Alright. We got very good renown. I'm going to go pick up my food soon. You all need to know the details of my life. Well, it's not exactly the most gory detail that I need to eat. Yes, I'm human, and so I need to eat. Yeah, I'll be seeing you all very soon.